Friend, sit down. Sit down. We need to talk. College sucked. Obviously, everyone has different experiences. I was a STEM major, but one of my minors was an Africana Studies, which was non-STEM. And if we're being honest, STEM and non-STEM, those are two different college experiences. So I kind of had both. This is very important because I wish I had an African tell me these things. Hopefully you can take these tips and hopefully they actually work for you. Here's 10 of them. But first, my name is Mbenda Ndor. I am a software engineer. I majored in computer science. I have a minor in math and Africana Studies. And if you'd like to learn more about being an engineer, about life after college, and about pageants, because I am also competing in Miss California USA in January, then please subscribe. I don't know where the damn button is, but hit the button and come back. Number 1, you are responsible for your goddamn self. It does not get real until you're actually in college and you experience this. Now, I was going into college like, wow, this is great. You know, I can do whatever I want, when I want. I'm a grown-ass woman. Okay, class, here's the homework assignment. It's due in 2 weeks. Cool. If you don't do it, they don't give a damn. They really don't. Like, it's up to you to actually do the homework assignment itself. If there's a test in a month, if you fail it, oh well, who cares? The professor is only there to give you the tools to pass the class, help, and to type in the grade that you got into the computer. That's it. Every grade that you get is a reflection of how much work that you did for it. Nobody's gonna be sitting there telling you, did you do your homework, friend? Did you study for this? Are you studying this day? That's all on you. Number 2, it is so easy to tank your GPA, but it is insurmountable. It is so easy to tank your GPA, but it is 10 times harder to get it back up to where it was. Let's say you have a 4.0. You fail some classes and you go from a 4.0 to a 2.0 in one semester, which is easily possible. You can easily go from a 4.0 to a 2.0 in one semester, but it will take you your entire college career to get back up to a 4.0. It is insane. Like, I do not understand the math, but your GPA in college specifically, is like your credit score. You can't do anything without it. You can't study abroad in some institutions. You can't run for office in some institutions. You can't do certain internships in most internships in some institutions. You can't join certain fraternities or societies. There's so many things that you just cannot do without a decent GPA. It sucks, but you need to protect your GPA like your goddamn life depends on it, because it does. Your college life depends on it. That leads me to tip number 3. Nobody gives a damn about your GPA after you graduate. Nobody gives a damn about your GPA once you graduate. I'm specifically talking about the people who are not getting a master's, who are not going into professional school, like medical school, law school, pharmacy school, things like that. If you are going right out of college and going straight into a job, especially a STEM job, nobody cares. I know so many people, as a computer science major, I know so many people who killed themselves to get a 4.0 and got the same job as that person with the 2.0. All they want to know is, can you do the job? If you can do it, great, you're hired. Now, I know for non-STEM majors, like when I was in my Africana Studies classes, they always ask you for your GPA after you graduate college. So that is very important. If you're a business major or a communications major, your GPA does matter, unfortunately, after you graduate. But for the people I'm speaking about, don't sacrifice your sanity to get a 4.0 if you cannot do it. If you can do it, great. There are some exceptional people out there. For us regular folk, you know, who want to sleep, even though the average college student gets 5 hours of sleep, that's what I mean by sleep. But any less than that, like, that's too much for me. I need to survive. I need to thrive, you know. Also, get a damn internship. I don't care. Get it. It is so important. This goes back to what I was saying about how GPA doesn't really matter after college. All they care about is your resume. They want to see what you've been doing in college, how you've been applying what you've been learning. So getting an internship or a job, even better, a job that has something to do with your field, outstanding. That is worth more than your GPA. Honestly, they're going to be looking at that. I know there are lots of factors as to why people can't get an internship or can't get a job in college. Sometimes it's too hard. But if you can, at the very least, join a club or organization that has something to do with your major. There are specialty fraternities, like my brother, he was going to medical school. He was in a medical fraternity frat. So there are fraternities, sororities, clubs, and organizations that do cater to the field that you're trying to get into. Next tip, pick your sacrifice. What do you want to sacrifice? Sleep, your grades, or your social life? Pick one. One of those is gonna go. Your sanity is a bonus, like that's a bonus sacrifice. I chose to sacrifice my social life. Wasn't that hard? I don't have any friends. I couldn't sacrifice my grades, and I wasn't going to sacrifice sleep, I'll be damned. But the average, like I said, the average college student gets 5 hours of sleep anyway. So especially towards the end of my college career, I wasn't really sleeping anyway. So my sanity practically went out the window, honestly. I was crying like once a week because I was just trying to survive. This is a good one. Take your core classes right now. I'm talking about if you're a freshman or a sophomore, take your hard classes now. Do not push them off. Do not push them off in your later college years. It's just, you're gonna make yourself miserable. That's what I did. My first 2 years of college, I just took all my GE courses. I took all my easy classes, my fun classes, all the classes that I really, really loved. That's why I accidentally became a Africana Studies minor, because I just loved all the courses so much. I was just taking all of those. Once I finally declared for computer science, all that was left was the hard classes. That sucked, okay? I cannot tell you what it's like to be a junior or senior taking these classes that people on average flunk. Like, that does something to your mental health. So please avoid that by taking all of your core classes, like your math classes, calculus 1, 2, 3, especially the classes where like the professor is notorious for just being very tough. Take them while you can now, or take them in the summer or something, so that you have like a nice little cushion just in case something happens, just in case you don't do as well as you wanted to do. You can just retake the class. When you get to your junior or senior year, you can just chill. You're taking like the fun classes, or you're taking like a good balance of like hard classes and fun classes, and it's not just pure tragic classes. Also, if your professor sucks, too bad. You're not special. Most professors suck. Now granted, it depends on your institution. Obviously, it depends on your major, this and that. But there is no way you are going throughout your college career and you're not gonna find one bad professor. No, it's just not gonna happen. But that is not an excuse to fail the class. Because I've heard a lot of people talk about, oh, I failed the class because I had a bad professor. Stop. Stop it. You're only playing yourself, because there are so many resources out there. YouTube, Google, those are your friends. YouTube practically taught me everything I need to know about calculus 3 and calculus 2. So there is no excuse to fail a class if the professor is bad. There are professors, look, okay, I had a professor who marked me off because I wrote less than instead of fewer than, because less than can't be applied to numbers. So you can't have less than this number. You can only have fewer than this number. So I got marked off 5 points for that. Keep in mind, this is a math class. Listen, there are professors like that in the world. We get that, but there's still no excuse to fail the class, because you're going to go to his goddamn office hours every single day until less sounds like fewer to him. And that's it. There are plenty of resources out there to get past a bad professor. So that should never be your excuse to not do well in the class. They don't tell you that. Last thing that they don't tell you before you go into college, I don't know where I'm at. Like, is this tip number 10, 20? I don't know, but it feels like an eternity right now. This is also a very important one. You become who you surround yourself with. So if you are surrounded by people, I'm not going to name any names. If you're surrounded by people who all they want to do is party, they don't want to study, they want to go here, go there, beep bop boop bop around town, you're going to become that person and you're going to sacrifice your grades. Remember, I told you there are 3 things that you're going to sacrifice in college. And if you hang around with the wrong type of people, you're going to sacrifice your grades. And you don't want that, because that means you sacrifice your GPA, you sacrifice studying abroad and being a hot girl, hot boy, city girl in France. You sacrifice getting that internship, which means getting that job, which means going to the career that you want. You sacrifice a lot just by surrounding yourself with those type of people. But if you surround yourself with people who know when to party and know when to study, who have specific goals in mind, who want better for you and themselves, then friend, you have made it. You have found that person. You have found those people. Hold on to those people, because you're going to need an accountability partner, which is another thing that they don't tell you when you go into college. You are going to need those people who, if you miss a class because you couldn't go, who are going to tell you what was said in that class because they went and didn't go to a party last night because they actually went to class. So be careful who you surround yourself with in college. That's a very important thing that I wish I knew. And that's it. Stephanie. Those are all the things that they don't tell you going to college. College sucked. It was trash. But the pros are obviously outstanding. You get a career that you always wanted to go into. You broaden your horizons. Broaden your horizons, as they always say, but it's definitely true. You learn about people that you would have possibly never met going into college. You make great friends. You learn communication skills, people skills, and how to interact with different types of people that you, like, again, you would have never met. The pros are very high. The bonuses and the rewards are very high. But please don't forget about those cons, because they are there. As long as you're aware of them, you can excel in life. So, those are all my tips, friend. I need to go. I'm hungry. I need to go eat. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody, because I'm just talking out of my ass, honestly. I don't really know anything, so please leave me alone. But thank you so much for watching, friend, and I will see you next time. Bye.